Hello everybody, and this is Andrea Mengucci, and today I'm going to show you some of the collection that I've been collecting since I got the last piece of my Arabian Nights collection. And let's say I've been gathering cards for a while at this point. I had this project starting in 2019 where I wanted to collect the first sets of Magic the Gathering. And so lots of people ask me, why don't you just make a video of them explaining some of the interesting things about it? And you know what? I figured out that today I had it's the day. Today's the day with the last piece from the Arabian Nights. I'm going to get through this very pretty binder, starting with the Dark Collection. Unfortunately, I have to put my face somewhere, and it's gonna cover a card. In this case, it's covering a card named Brainwash. But so I just have to put myself somewhere, right? I mean, I guess I could cover myself, but then it would be strange. I don't know. Anyway, here we are. Let's start with the Dark. The Dark is a set started in 1994, just like every other set in this page in this book, and it's not a very powerful set. This page, for example, we don't really recall any powerful cards. Maybe the Exorcist, Dust to Dust. These cards are reasonable in of course old school, which is one of the formats that I'm enjoying these days a lot. In this page we find the Preacher. This card takes control over a card. We have what else do we have? It's a very flavorful set for sure. The Martyr's Cry, the Hunt Witcher. You have Amnesia, this person with a hole in its head, really pretty. What else we got here? Mana Vortex. That's another very cool card. Look at this. This is the Leviathan. This is an 8 mana 10/10 Leviathan. There's Mind Bomb. Picture really weird. Look at this. Look at this psychic allergy. Yeah, what else we got? We got black. Well, black, we're really at the best of the dark. You have the Banshee, the Bog Imp, Bog Rats. You have the Frankenstein monster, an actual the Frankenstein monster with +2 +0 +1 +1 +0 +2 counters. Very strange card. But we got the Fallen here. What else there is? Season of the Witch. Which is I guess Uncle Istvan. What else we got? We got Worms of the Earth. Just a card named Worms of the Earth. Lightning, Blood Moon. Very very well known. Probably the most well known card of the Dark in general. In red, there's a Goblin Wizard. This is one of the most precious one of the set. In green, there's the Elves of Deep Shadow from Jesper Myfrost. Jesper Myfrost, you're gonna see these painter in a lot of these cards. You see Ron Spencer here, Drew Tucker, Mark Tedin, of course, Jesper Myfrost, and this Jesper Myfrost really did a lot of this old school stuff. And yeah, what else there is? There's the Lurker, very very cool card. And then look at this green art. This Hag. What else there is? There's the Scavenger Folk. Really just look at Neil Sylvan. Another very very strange card. Multicolor only is these three. Multicolor. This was, I want to say, the first attempt at multicolor that they had, because later it came the Legends with a million multicolor. I do not own the Legends, by the way. If you're wondering that, I do not have that set. That's a set that I am missing. In the artifact, we have Felverstone. This is a very important piece of mana ramp for most old school deck, but even in Commander, you have the Tormod's Crypt, and then in the colorless land, you have two very popular ones. There's the City of Shadows and the Maze of Ith, and finally, the last one is the Soros Path. This is one of the weakest cards of Magic the Gathering. You definitely should check it out. So that's the end of the Dark. Let's get into the Antiquities, which is, I want to say, more powerful and definitely more expensive. We have the Argevian Archaeologists. This is a very very expensive piece. Also we have White, not that much, but definitely the Argevian Archaeologists. It's worth it. We have the Energy Flux, which recently also quite. Oh, I forgot to put. Oh no, this is going to look bad. But I don't want to delete it because it's funny. Because I still use this. It's not that I have my collection and I never use it. this is a commander deck that I recently built, very recently built, and it's an there's a power artifact. There it is. All right, let's put it back here for the picture. Where did you go? I even made sure I put all the cards back from my like old school and like various place where I keep the cards, the most precious card I keep in the safe. So yeah, I put them all back here to show, but I guess power artifact sneaked away. So yeah, power artifact and transmute artifact, two of the definitely important pieces in this page. We have the Gate to Pyrexia, one of the first way that black had to kill an artifact. You have a lot of ways that red can kill artifact. You have Detonate. You have in the next page, you have the ATOG here. You have the next page, Shutterstorm, not Shadow School. Shutterstorm. There's the Crumble, Power Leech. And then it starts the artifact. Well, Antiquities is popular for like its artifacts. You have the Candelabra of Taunos. Definitely one of the most expensive pieces of this collection. In the next page, we have the Golgothian Stylix. This is one way that you can destroy cards from the whole set. You can destroy all the cards from Antiquities. Just I think that we'll see again with the City of in a Bottle. Ivory Tower, another important piece. Feldon Cane, you have the Millstone. This is where the Millstone originally started. Where the mill mechanic started was with the Millstone. Ornithopter. Also, Ornithopter comes from Antiquities if you didn't know. What else do we got here? The Suki. This is a powerful 4-mana 4/4. Some people play with damage on the stack. Some people don't. Whenever this dies, deals 4 damage. So yeah, damage on the stack definitely hurt for this card. The Tetrabus, the Rack, Triskelion, and then you see here 2 holes. But this is just because I want to make this next page look so pretty. I didn't want to just split it. Look how beautiful this page is. This is definitely one of the most beautiful page. In general, there's 4 seasons of Mishra's Factory, all different art because they have the whole 4 seasons. There's 4 different art of Strip Mine that might look like the same, but they aren't. There's a little home there, where is it? There's definitely differences. And then finally the Mishra's Workshop, of course, that's the most expensive card in the set. And then you have the Urzestron. This is also every different piece. There's the mine, the tower, and finally the power plant. So that's the end of the Antiquities. And now let's begin with the Arabian Nights. Okay, 2 here so that I can finish the album in general. Abu Jafar, Army of Allah, Camel, Eye for an Eye, King Suleimani. This card is sweet. And then we have the first thing here, which is... this set only has 80 cards, but some of them are different. They just print them in differently. For example, the Moorish Cavalry and Pity, we're going to see more later, they have a different print, and if you want to do a proper collection, you have to gather both of the prints. So the Moorish Cavalry has a light and the dark version of it. You might not see clear from there, but you can see the Pity. One is dark, this one is light print. And this is the Shah Razad. One of the most strange Magic the Gathering card for sure. Banned in many formats, but not for its power level because of how, confusing it is. Just look how much text this is. Basically, you just start, when you cast it, you start a sub game, and whoever loses that sub game loses half of the life. Of course, you can't make a tournament with a card like this being legal, right? You have, again, as you see, lots of cards with the same art. The World Elephant, Fish Liver Oil, Giant Tortoise, the Island Fish Draconius, Merchant Ship. You have the Old Man of the Sea here. This line here is pretty expensive, I want to say. Old Man of the Sea, Serendib Gene, Serendib Afraid. This card exists in many versions. The most funny of them is that in Revised, they just got a different art. And which art they took from, the art from, we're going to see later by the Ifbif Afraid, which is another Arabian Nights card, just a wrong Afraid, I want to say. Kumbaji Witches, recently reprinted in one of the Commander Legends, but definitely a very big gamer. Elijah Jah. Some versions of Air Graders. You have the Guardian Beast here, another very strange art. Arashan Ogress, the Cabal Ghoul, and then this. This is definitely another of these most iconic Magic the Gathering card, the Juzamjin. What a wonderful card. And you can see how dark it is, the print of this. Look at this. You might not see it from there, but there's written 2 on both the Juzanjian and the Cabal Gold. It's not a 2 mana 5, it's a 4 mana 5/5, but the 2 is super dark. And with the back being dark, well, it just makes this like super. You just don't see basically. In the Urg Rider, well, you see on this one because this is the light print. Same with the Oubliette. But you don't see it here. There's the Ali from Cairo. Another beautiful card. Ali Baba, Aladdin. What else there is? There's the Mijajin, the famous pause. Mijajin and Juduna free. It's such a weird effect where you basically, there are 6/3 and 3/6, and you just flip a coin, and if you fail, the combat doesn't go through. It's just so weird. Alright, here hidden by my camera. Sometimes it's worth to me to move. There's a drop of Ani. Super beautiful, and of course, Ernamjin, the Ifbif. This is the Ifrit that I told you that you might have seen most often in revised in the face of the Assurum the Bifrit, but instead it's an actual card. It's a 4 mana 3/3 that kills flyer. Not great, but still, like, it's worth his identity. Oh, the singing tree! I love the singing tree, mostly because of the video with Randy, but that's with Remy, but that's another thing. Aladdin Lamp, again talking about his YouTube channel. Pretty card, one of the weakest card of Magic, really. It's just a 10 mana, and you don't even just cost 10 mana. But they didn't have the 10 template. They wrote 5 and 5. What else there is? The Bottle of Soulmate, the Seed in a Bottle. Well, this is beautiful. For 2 mana, all cards from Arabian Nights must be discarded from play. And you can't play any more cards from the Arabian Nights. You too. Sometimes you play this in old school. Sometimes you get, screwed by it as well. The Pyramids. Look at this. What else we got over here? The Flying Carpet. Jeweled Bird. Ring of Marafuf. And finally, I want to say like last but not least, because this next page is really just one of the... He's got one of the like most beautiful Magic card ever. And that's the lands of the Arabian Nights. Alright, let's begin. Bazaar of Baghdad. Well, this is just one of the strongest cards in Magic in general. Gave birth to like so many, dredge deck. The dredge deck in Vintage are just really like some of the most unfair thing you can imagine. You play without lands and you're so consistent. Molin Wasmalian into the Bazaar of Baghdad. Diamond Valley. To sacrifice your rook egg and gain some life, really strong and of course really expensive, as is most cards from the Arabian Nights. Serial Brass that you see reprint very often comes originally from the Arabian Nights. Elephant Graveyard. This can regenerate your elephants if you want. Island of Wak Wak. I didn't mention Desert because it's a common, but just strong card. I played this in old school also. And finally, because it's not over yet, but Library of Alexandria. Yeah, this is a power 10. I want to say this is the most powerful card of old school period. Because if you open a hand with like Black Lotus Ancestral, sure, you're going to get your value. But if you open a hand with Library of Alexandria, your opponent doesn't kill it. There's just not that many fast decks. You're just going to die to it because of the card advantage that this card produces, drawing cards all the time. Mountain, you'd be like, why there's only one mountain? Well, I don't know the history, of course. Sorry, I don't know the history of it, but there's only one basic land in the set, and it's mountain. And this was the last piece. It arrived today. I'm finally the Oasis to prevent damage, but it doesn't have mana, so you see how weird the Arabian Nights land are. Some of them don't produce mana, like Bazaar, like the Oasis, like the Island Wak Wak, and some other, like the Diamond Valley, some other do, and they also do another very powerful effect. Yeah, just old Magic, 1994. Hope you guys enjoyed this, this video. I don't know when I'm gonna do another one because collecting these sets took me years and years and years, but I am here, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, if you want to stick around the channel for more of my arena challenge, is definitely a different topic, but I like to use this platform also to share some of my personal love